Welcome, everyone. This is Glenda Dawson, and you're watching Channeled Messages from the Councils, the Council of Light, the original Council, Council of Nine, Council of 12, Council of Seven, whichever one comes in. Um, we are here open to receive messages, to allow messages to come through us, and also they give us coordinates to awaken whatever gifts you may have, whatever it is that you need to um, continue learning and evolving, and also sometimes remembering what your past and what you truly are about. Um, if you do not know how to travel with these coordinates, any one of us three right now will say the coordinates, and you should set your intention to go with us. Now, all three of us don't always land in the same place because, like I said, it is coordinates to learn or remember, spark the remembrance of something that we need at this moment. And each one of us could have different needs. Sometimes, a lot of the times, we do show up to the same place, but there have been other times where we arrive at a different location. But all with the same idea to be giving humanity something that they need at this moment, whether it's remembrance, whether it's a feeling, whether it's sparking your gifts, whether it's just feeling perfectly calm and peaceful, whether it's getting clarity to take your next steps, however that appears to you as an individual. We also do this as a form of in general for humanity, not in really more individually. So if you ask questions while we're doing this, we cannot stop and answer your questions directly, just so you understand this, because we are going to be channeling. And when we're channeling, we're really focusing on what is occurring, the coordinates, where we are, what they want us to say, the messages, or if they decide to speak through us, we step aside and they come through us. Um, so, please just be open. And when we close I will tell you to close your eyes. So get in a place where you could be comfortable. And for, up to the next hour, however long the session is, I want you to just be in a place where you're not interrupted. And if you do get interrupted, come back later. Don't necessarily stop and then come back, but you can come back. But if not, go back to the recording, because there's always a recording afterwards. As you well know, YouTube does record the streams. So being live, it's sometimes very hard to answer questions. Like I said, if you have questions, though, put them in the chat, and then we will get to them later. I could either respond right in the chat after the session is done, or if you have an email and I know who you are, I could always email you the answers directly. All right. With that being said, I want everyone to close your eyes. Take a long, deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Take another deep breath, filling your lungs completely, and exhaling to empty your lungs completely. And then, of course, go back to your natural rhythm. If you cannot find your natural rhythm at first, just think of the waves in the ocean coming in and going out until you start regulating yourself and your breathing. Okay, I open the floor now to anyone who has coordinates. I do believe, Jazz, you had coordinates already. The first ones that you got, let's hear those.
3, 32, 16, 5, 2, daisy yellow. 3, 32, 16, 5, 2, daisy yellow.
Okay. So take a deep breath and remember if you don't know how to travel with the coordinates, just set the intention that you will go with us. Now, for me, this is for me, I ended up in a field, but with white daisies instead of yellow daisies. Um, I don't know, and I'm just following the path and um, allowing the whole process to occur. And that's why I say surrender and be open, because you never know um, what it is that each one of us needs or you need in particular. Now, does anybody have or experiencing a difference in um, their journey right now?
See a field of yellow daisies with white centers, and I'm guessing yours have yellow centers and white petals.
Yep. Yep.
And
Hmm.
the fields are near each other,
Hmm.
but they're two different fields.
Yes.
And I see wildflowers mixed in with the respective fields, but also a field between them of just wildflowers.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So it looks like, okay, I see the two of you there now. We're all walking into a center. The fields are all around this big boulder, um, really big and kind of like a cathedral doorway type of shape. Uh, it's a black, very black stone. Hmm. But it's at least 20 feet high. But it appears that we're all going into there. So we're all out there coming in to the center. And from what I understand already, that is a portal of sort. Um, and they're asking that each one of us just puts their right palm right on the rock, the boulder, and receive the energy that is sending us. Now, as soon as I did that, I could feel the pulse of the energy, and it's coming through this hand and going up. Um, and then I removed my hand and I put it back in, and I'm all inside somewhere. I went somewhere else. And I'm just walking around trying to get my bearings basically and trying to see where it is. So if anybody has anything different to share, please.
Before we entered the stone structure, um, a horse, a spirit horse, joined us um, that we could use for traveling if we desired.
Mhm.
Um, you saw the stone doorway as black And mine is, I call it my ancestor rock because it's got uh, crystals, it's got lapis lazuli, it's got turquoise, it's got all kinds of little tiny, teeny tiny veins running through it. And that was what I saw the door look like. Um, it's very peaceful. um,
Me, I didn't so much focus on the door itself, but I actually ended up going through the door, and to my right, there's like an outcropping of rocks, kind of like I'm in standing inside the entrance to a cave and looking out towards the outside of the cave. So there's a rock cluster to the right and rock going up overhead. Uh, the, there's a peaceful, tranquil quality to the landscape ahead of me. I don't see it real clear. There are mountains in the distance. A little bit of presumably snow. More of a field close in front, but that's about all. This big general sort of composition, I don't see more.
Okay, thank you. Well, I am, as I stated before, I was just trying to get my bearings and see where I was going. It was kind of dark, but then all of a sudden, something started glowing, and I see a triangle made of crystals. And the middle is carved out, so it's the triangle shape, illuminating light, glowing really bright, and it's peaceful. I see what you see, Leaf, or what you saw, Jess. Both, both of you are like at different sides of if I look right or I look left, but straight ahead for me is this triangle that is to me it looks like an actual portal because of the way it's shaped, and in the middle it's just like nothing there. So, and it's turning slowly, kind of like rotating and getting energy or sending out energy completely all around. And but when the triangle is this way, I can't really see the back of it. So that section in the middle is kind of dark, but there was no transparency to it. Let's just say that. So obviously it is some type of a walkway, doorway to somewhere else. And they're saying not to walk through it just yet because it's gearing the energy up. It's starting. It's like the motor starting. Like it was dormant until we walked into this place. Um, I do see as it glows around that it's glowing brighter and brighter and more crystals on, like you explained, Leaf, the the cave crystal type of thing. I see it, but it's a huge cave, basically, where I'm at this moment. Like I look up and it could be 50, 60 feet up before you actually get to what we would call a ceiling. but there's a lot of crystals or points of crystals all around in that ceiling and on the sides, on the floor. So the light is illuminating all that and giving it energy. I'm also seeing a being walking through that doorway. So the doorway stopped, a being crossed into where the area I'm in at this moment, and it started to spin again. So it's like making its own energy at the same time. Now, this being has been waiting for us. And this being basically has been waiting for a long time for us to get back there. All three of us and a few people in the audience will feel a familiarity. This place will feel familiar and it will resonate because we have been there before. Now, this being is about 9 foot, 10 foot being. It is dressed in one of those, and the dressing is really for us. Um, One of those long robes of authority, like the original councils used to or still do wear, just to show that there's authority within them. And it's, I wouldn't say fully translucent, but it isn't fully like our body that you can't mask like our body. So it being energy, it's kind of there you could see, but it also kind of a little bit of translucency to it. And if nobody minds, he does want to speak through me at this moment. I think he wants to really speak through all of us, but uh, he's like pounding here so I can let him speak. So I will let him speak. Glad to see all of you here again. You finally made it to this point. That means you are all ready. You are ready to continue your path. You are ready to expand. You are ready to expand differently than what you as a human think expansion is. Expansion within your own being, not outside of you, but within your own being. So you can start to really remember all that you are. You have all been guardians. You have all been star seeds, what you call star seeds. You have all been what you call ETs, which I laugh when every single time I hear that, because those are phrases that humans need just to ease their mind. You chose to come into this being that you're in, and you chose to forget who you truly are so you evolve faster. For the record, Earth is the only planet that you can learn lessons and evolve your soul faster than anything else. Any other place allows you to do that, but it's different. And once you learn the lessons you came here to do, you can go back to what you call divine creator or source or love. And you can go back And then fully remember you are such a beautiful being. Your soul will illuminate, and your soul is there to bring greatest good into the light, to light the darkness so it actually diminishes or goes completely away. But even then, there is a job for the light. It takes the darkness, it takes that energy to let you learn your lessons. Many of you don't understand that. And I'm going to say it like Glenda does many times. You cannot appreciate a sunny day unless you have a stormy, cloudy day. You cannot appreciate and be grateful for the good that happens in your life if you don't have those moments of darkness or storms. Many of you are this very moment going through a lot. You're going through physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, even spiritual pain, as you call it. You feel like you don't belong, you don't know where you're going. And it's okay. This is part of awakening, this is part of ascension. Once you start acknowledging and being present and allowing those things to rise so you can face it and get rid of it and take care of it, manage it, however that looks for you, however that appears for you, however you experience that, then you could understand and you will start to feel in your heart the true being that you are. We all go through things, even in this side, even in beings of just light, go through things. Not in the same way, but there is always that war, and it starts within you. And once you acknowledge and take accountability and take action so you don't repeat it, it's when you start to really evolve, really learn, really ascend, and really get closer to a higher frequency and dimension. You are just looking at things very differently. Just change your perception and allow that to occur. Allow the process to continue. We need for humans to accept that there is chaos, and that chaos can actually be pretty in a way. Chaos is not as bad as people think, that it has no order. It has an order. It occurs in a certain way every single time. It is time now for you to let go of that chaos in you. Once you let go of the chaos in you, you will start to notice that the chaos outside of you diminishes or goes away. You are all guardians of greater good. You have all chosen to come into this incarnation to help those souls that are lost. Be the opportunity for their evolution. Be the opportunity for their growth. And if you are one that is lost right now or feels lost, take a moment, release that energy, let it come up, and realize what your true path is. If it's something because you have not taken accountability for something you caused, then take accountability. It's the way we deal with stuff. If you are responsible, then you are responsible. If you want to be your own advocate for your own growth, then be your own advocate for your own growth. You cannot wait for others to fix you. They could give you the tools, they could give you the medicines, but if you don't take them or use those tools, it's worthless. Start walking the path that you say that you're on, and stop pretending, and stop, as you call it, or as Glenda called it, judging others. Be aware of what your thoughts are. And if you have the thought, then say, I changed that thought. I'm taking that thought back and I am changing it to this. If you're judging someone, I don't like her appearance, the way she looks, take that thought back. That isn't, and say, maybe that doesn't compliment her as much as she thought, but she's wearing it well. If you have to say something, which is not, that's not your business. That is not your path. Your path is to grow. Your path is to evolve. Your path is to grow and to continue taking action. Sometimes action appears as a rest, and that's okay. You need to rest to recharge. And you will start to see and feel lighter and start to see differently. You are now where you are. Some of you are experiencing spring. Some of you are experiencing what you call fall. It's all beautiful. The ones in spring are starting to see flowers. The ones in fall are starting to see the fall colors of the trees and the bushes. See the beauty in that. But if you are bogged down with energy, you won't be able to really see and appreciate and be grateful that you are seeing and experiencing the beauty around you. Okay, at this moment, I'm getting told that I need to release and go back to your session. Again, I thank you. And for those that wondered, my name, best way to pronounce it is Anduel. Anduel. I have known what you call Glenda since the beginning of time. And I'm grateful she finally made it here again with all of you accompanying her in this journey. Blessings, and I am stepping back. Okay.
I was given the light language version of that, so I'm glad you spoke it in English.
Oh, long-winded. Anyway, I shouldn't say that. Okay. Well, yeah. Anybody have anything while I take my breath here?
Accompanying him was also another being, one of female energies. And this is her message. Ashinama Toshanatita Ni Mena Yashona Yayami Mo che cho cho. Chi mini. Le minier. Le minier. No, no shana. Ni shini baba. Tocha. Tocha chi. Me. Mera. 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 She is expressing her blessing alongside of what was already said.
Mhm.
She wants us to know that the journey that we have been on has been long, sometimes arduous, sometimes joyful, but always of beyond importance.
Mhm.
The work that is being done needs to continue fearlessly and without doubt. She wants us all to know that we are profound in our gifts, special in the sense that not allows their gifts to surface. Not necessarily that we're unique, but not everybody allows the spirit to flow freely. She wishes us peace. She wishes us truth. She wishes us love.
Mm. Ugh. Yep. Okay. Anything else anyone wants to share, need to share? Okay.
We have time for another journeys, but I think Mayan could be done. I think it's a time travel thing, and I think we could do it another time.
Okay. So I will do mine that they just gave me, and then we'll see where that takes us. So take a deep breath. Thank those two beings for giving us such encouraging words, such blessings, and definitely grateful for their appearance and their energy. So 13, 29, 6, 54, and 17. 13, 29, 6, 54, and 17. Oh, this is different. I'm inside one of those daisies. I didn't think I could get smaller, but I'm inside one of those daisies now. I'm just going to leave it there.
That explains the feeling of compression. I was like, okay. Hurts, but okay.
Yep. Leave. Are you anywhere else different?
I feel that sense of compression, and it kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, you know. In some parts, she's this great big tall giant in a very small space. So it's like that.
And I'm like, I'm not small enough. Like what? So, okay. So, what
It's
I,
asking,
yeah, go ahead.
it's asking us to witness to the universe that is present within the flower.
Hmm.
Um, most daisies have that uh, dense center, whether it's yellow or black or whatever the type of daisy it is. And within it are galaxies and universes yet to be discovered, all within this small flower.
Hmm. Yep. And the deeper you go, the more wondrous it is. Um, it's it's kind of like I'm going through one of the little holes of those little tiny seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So it grows up and it grows out, but I'm following the tunnel in, and I can see the different galaxies like around. Like you could tell when it's one galaxy and then another galaxy, they look different coloring. They're iridescent. They have a different glow. Uh, one looks like, for intents purposes, an eye. The way it's I'm facing it. One looks more like um, yeah, mm, like a horse, um, but not really. So it's kind of between a horse, a dragon, a unicorn, a Pegasus. It's like it depends on which way you're looking at it, I guess. So that's a perspective type of thing. Um, that their energy is so peaceful and so calming. Um, and you could feel the vibrations and the frequency of love just coming towards you in a very different way that you may never have experienced before. Um, but it is calming, and with it comes like a sense of clarity. It's the best way I can explain it. Um, I'm just I'm just in awe, just hanging out, looking all around. All I can say. Uh,
And you can travel down the stem, and as you do that, there's even more galactic adventures available. Let me put it that way.
That's a good way of putting it.
Um, humans tend to think of uh, space in very defined kind of
Mhm,
parameters, if you will.
mhm,
But being within this flower, uh, the galaxies, the universes take on a whole different
mhm.
expression.
Good way of putting it.
And that's true whether you're in the leaf or the stem or the roots. Um, but I think one of the purposes of showing us this is that it's true within us.
Mhm,
Um, there are galaxies and universes held within our beings that we seldom think about, because we think about the blood and the bones and the veins and the arteries, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a whole another world, to steal a phrase,
Mm-hmm.
that's there, that can be touched, that can be visited, that can be renewal. Um, but it also unlocks mysteries for us that, if we've been searching for something, we've been taught not to trust our own insights.
Mm-hmm.
And this is telling us that many of the answers are solely, squarely within us, and to trust the instinct, to trust the awareness of knowledge that we possess.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yes. And each one of us being so different will see the different galaxies a little different.
Mhm.
And to reiterate what you basically said was, we got to go inside of us, which seems to be the theme this week. To go inside and realize that you fix what's inside of you first before you can really see the outside and change your environment or change your experiences. You could look at a flower, and if you don't have the beauty or the wonder inside of you, you're not going to see the flower the same way. You may see it as like a pesty flower, or even weeds, okay? The dandelions, they're beautiful. They're beautiful against a very green grass, even though they're considered weeds. But they're beautiful. They feed the bees, they pollinators, all that. And but if you don't see it as beauty, you will see it as something negative and something as a weed per se, instead of seeing it as a beautiful flower that is actually feeding nature so we can also eat, because the pollinators are the ones that help our crops, our food to grow and actually flower and make everything the way it needs to be. Um, which is something that, it's just a lesson. How you have it inside is how you see the outside. Two people can be going through the exact same thing, and one sees it as a challenge and a blocking, some type of a wall blocking them. The other one sees it as an opportunity to learn and to grow and to bring their true self out and manage it in a different way. Anything else you would like to add, or?
I'm marveling at the roots. The reason I say that is, we've got this field on the surface
Mhm.
of thousands and thousands of individual flowers. But with what we've just expressed, if you can wrap your brain around it, multiply the universe that you just saw, or universes that you just saw, and realize that they're as bounteous as there are flowers and
Mhm.
roots and leaves and stems.
Mhm. Yep. It goes. I don't think the human brain can always envision that, but it is so expansive.
Right.
So, oof. Leaf, is there anything you would like to add?
Just what human beings are how to say it, are composed of millions, if not billions, of universes within inside of us.
Mhm.
Each organ is probably multiple universes. Uh, uh, and the organisms have in our dimensionality and reality might be short-lived outside of the body, but within the body we have no idea what the construct of time is like.
Mhm.
So living 1 second in human terms might be a very long time in the universal terms of the different places, the different universes there are within the body.
Mhm. 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 Which is for the human brain. Mm. Oof. Okay, so we get a little longer to look around, experience, expand, and then it is time to leave before one of us decides to stay there. And they cannot allow humans to remain there.
That sucks.
I know, but rules are rules.
Okay.
I know, the jerk. I was like, see, you know, a few of us want to stay. What's up with that? Nope. It's time to start going. So just look around and get as much energy as you can, as your body can absorb at this moment. And that's the energy that's going to fuel you for the next few months because things might get a little denser before they get brighter. So
You can take a bouquet with you if you want.
there you go. I'm gonna take the one there's another section that has pink petals. I'm taking some of those as well. I'm picky. What do you want? Okay.
I would have thought you would have gone for the purple one, so.
I know, but now the pink is calling me. It's really weird. So the pink must have something that I need at this moment. Mm, okay. Got a bouquet all nicely arranged, ready to put in a vase when I come back. You guys ready?
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right, let's start coming down. 5, realize that you need to head back. Go through the roots, through the stem, through the leaves, through the flower, out. 4, walk back slowly through the field that you came in. If you wish a different one, that's okay, whatever. It all leads to the same place, whatever color of flower you decide to go through and walk through. Each one of them seems to have a different fragrance, by the way. So that could be why I went for the pink. It's got a very distinct, different fragrance. Take a deep breath. 3. Start to feel yourself feeling coming into your body. 2. Take a deep breath and realize the sounds around you, your environment. Take another deep breath, 1, and open your eyes whenever you are ready. You don't have to open your eyes right now. We do need to step away, but if you want to remain in that peaceful state, please do. Let everything integrate, let everything soak in, let your experience be wondrous by itself. 1. For those that feel called, you could open your eyes, take a nice deep breath. And I want to thank everyone. Hope you have a great week. And we'll see you next Sunday right here at 7 p.m. Eastern. And remember, subscribe, does not cost anything. Share so others can also experience this and get the messages that they need to get the healing that they are in need of at this very moment. I'd like to thank the ladies that are here with me. And also thank you as the audience in general. And as always, love you. Bye.